That was a great fight. But don't be surprised. And remember, I do my videos live and in real time. Literally, it's just ending. And as you can see, Bivol got his eye cut in the last minute of the fight. Now, let me tell you right now, Bivol should get the win. You can argue 7 rounds to 5, 8 rounds to 4, but something happened in the last 5 rounds of the fight where Dmitry Bivol just couldn't do. I mean, Artur Beterbiev just couldn't do nothing with Bivol. And he was trying to cut off the ring, but Bivol was showing masterful movement. I'm talking about, it looked like the very first half of the fight, you could argue that it was 5 rounds to 1, and the first round giving it to Bivol. For the other 4 rounds, 5 rounds to Beterbiev. So the point I'm trying to make is I don't know if he gassed out, or was trying to pace himself, but at the same time, Bivol knew, like he said, leading up to the fight, is that he had to do more. So we're going to wait to see the cards and listen to the post-fight interviews. And yes, it warrants a third fight. I want to see a third fight. By the way, this card has been grueling. It's 6:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been sitting here covering this card since about 11:30 a.m. Did you hear what I said? 7 plus hours. And the card flowed through. There was no the zone, and these cards have been known to have a lot of filler and concerts and a bunch of shit that boxing fans really don't want to see, but not in this case. They were moving forward. And I'm going to rate this card an A of A, despite the fact that 2 of the fights didn't happen between Daniel Dubois and, because he was sick, and Joe Parker, and Shakur Stevenson, and Floyd Schofield also because he was sick. But the question I had for this fight was, okay, who would you give a better chance to in the rematch and a second try to win? And as long as, and who had to make the least amount of adjustments? Bivol just had to keep up the energy he had in the first fight right here in the second half. And he did, it took him a while, but he closed the fight out, or at least the important rounds out strong, except for the last minute and a half when he was getting his ass beat. Listen in. Shh. They're about to read the cards.
Artur Beterbiev keeps his belts.
But yeah, the first half of the fight, was going to be a little bit difficult to score, but I think that Bivol did enough. You can argue that last round could make it a draw because Beterbiev stole it. Here's Chris Mannix's card, by the way. You see how close it is? Remember, the first fight had some controversy where a lot of people, including myself, thought that Bivol won. Here we go. There's going to be some bullshit going on. Watch.
Scores it 114 to 114, a draw.
Oh, there you go.
Mike Fitzgerald scores the contest 116 to 112. Dion Duarte has it 115, 113 for the winner by majority decision. And new undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world.
They got it right.
Dmitry Bivol.
Do you guys agree? Give him his belts. I always love to see them hand over all the belts. And then the fighters kind of struggle to carry them. They don't know how to hold them at first. I always thought that was awesome. Like they got to figure out which ones goes on. See, look, they're doing it now. They're trying to figure out how to get the belts on him to take the photo. But yeah, we're going to listen to the post-fight interview, and I'm going to say, let's see what happens next because they're mandatories. Look, he's getting the belts now. They go Big Turk. Because they're mandatories. David Benavidez, WBC interim champion, is there. There is a plan for Canelo, if he beats Terrence Crawford and William Skull, to fight Bivol. You could see Canelo versus Bivol 2 at 175 possibly. Because let's face it, Canelo's mandatories, he's not going to fight him. He's going to, after Crawford and William Skull, I think he's going to try to go after Bivol and then really pursue that Jake Paul fight. I can't believe that was even close. But there we go. They got all the belts. You see? See what I was talking about? So, and it looked like some of them was missing. So, looking at the rankings here, by the way, Bivol's got a like really good resume. And I have Artur Beterbiev. See, even though Beterbiev is 40 years old, he hasn't been in any wars. You know, yes, he has an extensive injury history, but as you can see, only 22 fights. But now look, there you go. We had to take his O with the good old F5 refresh. Well, let's listen to Bivol. His English has gotten much better over the years.
You waited a long time, Dimitri. You waited a long time to be called the undisputed champion. What did it feel like to hear your name announced as the winner?
I'm just so happy. You know, I went through a lot last years, and this is such, thank you everybody so much. Thank you so much, His Excellency.
He got baby mama drama.
Once and another. I appreciate Eddie, everybody from my team, my coaches, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for my father.
She was celebrating when he lost to Beterbiev the last time. Beterbiev, excuse me.
Thank you.
You said, Dimitri, all week that what you learned from the last fight is that you hate to lose. How much did that loss motivate you during this training camp?
To be honest, I lost, and I feel a little bit easier maybe. You know, I didn't pressure too much this time like before last fight. And I was just wanted to work from the first round till the end of the 12th. And I hope I did enough and I won this.
Yeah, bro, you did it.
What was different about this fight?
Can't really argue this one.
Between last and this one, just me. I was better. I was pushing myself more. I was more confident. I was lighter. And I just wanted to win so much today.
You got off to a great start in the first fight and then maybe slowed down at the end. This fight, he got off to a faster start.
He never got dropped in both fights.
Did you have to make changes, adjustments?
Never really got hurt, like really like hurt.
How much changes did you make during the fight?
You know, I just told myself he could start from the beginning to distract me, to disturb me, you know. But it was hard, to be honest, to keep him on the distance first 4 rounds. And then I saw that he's tired also. I'm tired, but he's tired also. And I have to be smarter. I have to punch more clean.
That's a good point.
And I did it.
You had somebody that looked like working.
That's
on
one of the
your
points I wanted to bring up.
Every round, your manager Vadim said that was someone he brought in for this fight. How much did that help you, having your legs worked on that much?
You know, every person in my camp, he helped me a lot. And every person has their own tasks. If there were even one person in my camp, I wouldn't be as good as I was today. Everything was on my side. Everything is important in my team. And thank you so much for everyone.
You are 1-1 now against Artur Beterbiev. Is it time for one more?
You know, I'm ready for any challenge future, but I wanna a little bit rest because I had some injury at summer, and this time I had the injuries and I was using anti-inflammation almost all camp. I want a little bit heal myself.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Dimitri.
Christ.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Y'all hear that?
Artur, we're going to move over and catch Artur. Artur. Artur, what did you think of the decision?
I don't want to talk about decision, this stuff. I congrats Bivol team.
Make you humble.
People say always Alhamdulillah.
What was different about this fight from the first fight?
Huh?
What was different about this fight from the first fight?
I don't know. I think this fight better than first fight, but we'll see. Now my time to come back.
When you come back, we saw Turki Al-Sheikh come up to you right after with 3 fingers in the air saying third fight. Is that what you want? A rubber match with Dimitri Bivol?
Actually, I don't want second fight too. I mean, it's not my choice, but no problem. We're gonna do third fight if we need.
Okay.
Appreciate it, Archer. Tremendous fight.
Thank you.
Got it?
Nobody's talking about retiring. So here's the thing. The belts. And by the way, before I forget, that's his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. And, this was her celebrating when he lost. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about what they've been going through. I did a video on her allegations about a year and a half or so ago. I'm going to leave that alone. You never know who's wrong or right in those situations. But I just thought that was a little bit classless. For her to be like celebrating when he lost. But anyway, and you hear the man obviously was going through something, because he said like, damn, he was thinking about, making the ultimate sacrifice. And now look, undisputed champion. And I'm sure the Saudis paid him well. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't pocket 20 million from both of these fights alone. You never know. By the way, look at that belt. You never know. So, but yeah, with a guy like Beterbiev, you got to keep moving your legs. Your stamina and conditioning got to be tight, and that's the change that he had to make in this fight versus the first one, is to try to keep that going as long as he could possibly keep it. You heard what Bivol said, where he said he didn't know. Basically, I'm trying to translate the best I could, that that he was going to try to come out because the first fight Beterbiev started slow. So Bivol was saying he thought he was going to try to come out faster this time, which he did, to distract him. But Bivol was saying as long as I, keep working every round, pretty much that he was going to win. And even though it was still a close fight, he did just enough. He made just enough changes to come back in the end. And as he said, around round 4, just so happens that's when Beterbiev clearly, as you're watching, started to slow down. So his plan worked. Now, in the third fight, who would I pick to win? See, here's the thing. These guys, look, both of these fights have been so close. What were the scores for the first fight? Let's see here. Look, the same score for both of the fights. 115, 113, 116, 112, and 114, 114 on that's crazy. Both of them. So that's how close it is. But I do think, yes, if there's any fight that warrants a third fight, it's this one. And I'm glad that the Saudis, with the money that they have a short turnaround with their events. As you can see, look, they fought in October and now they're fighting in February. So, they can fight, in the summer. Hell, if you want to make a super mega card, then go ahead. Try to put this on the same card as Canelo and Crawford. I mean, anything's possible these days with the Saudis, but let's go talk about the mandatories and why, if they do fight again, the belts may not be on the line. Well, here's the thing. David Benavidez is the mandatory for both the WBC and the WBA. And it's already been guaranteed that he is going to get his WBC title shot. However, he is an Al Heyman fighter, and Al Heyman has been fighting to keep David Benavidez and guys like Tank Davis under his banner, and it's it's nothing bad. It's not saying it in the bad way, but PBC is going under. Like if they ain't showed the signs before all the years people were saying it, look at it now. They're having some significant issues. But the point I was trying to make is, because he's an Al Heyman fighter, I think that would kind of stall off him getting a winner, because there would have to be a Saudi card and the Saudis would have the money. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that there could be the third fight with the belt still possibly on the line if the WBC and the WBA, which are both in the pockets and in cahoots with Riyadh season and the Saudis, allow it to be. And of course, you had the upset between Colin Smith and Joshua. It wasn't an upset to me, first of all. Let me say that. Because Colin Smith, I didn't understand how, what people seen in Joshua Buatsi to think that he could get past Colin Smith. Because I was saying to myself, all right, if he can get past him, then it's like, all right, I'll believe in him. But I didn't think he was going to ever make it off a domestic level. That's just me. And look, he ran into the best domestic level fighter in his division, and he got beat up. But there's no shame, and Conor Smith would do the same to Anthony Yarde. So I'm surprised that he was getting written off like that, like, to be very honest. But overall, the light heavyweight division, it's got some fights to make. And Canelo may fight Bivol again. I don't think that Canelo will fight Beterbiev. But I think that if Bivol goes on to win and able to hold on to those belts, he will fight Bivol and then retire and go fight Jake Paul because he don't want to fight David Benavidez. I'm going to stick to that for some reason, and I think it's just that he just don't want to deal with those David Benavidez problems. I'm not saying that Benavidez would beat him, but I don't think that Canelo would really want to work that hard. That's what I'm saying. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but now I just don't think that Canelo want to work that hard. Just my personal opinion. By the way, phenomenal card. However, as I said, the card really started at 11 a.m. if you watch the prelims. So, I've been here for 7 hours covering this card. I mean, look, let me tell you of the main card, the fights that disappointed. Hamza Shiraz versus Carlos Adames kind of sucked the air out of the place, and also the fact that Hamza Shiraz should have lost that fight. And Shakur Stevenson, well, I don't know how people expected that to go, but he could have got Pat Lee out of there in 3 rounds if he really stopped playing with his food. But I'm talking about Big Bang Zheli Zhang got beat up by Idris body shots, gassed out. He just seemed like he just wake up, go, eat breakfast, wash his ass, go do the heavy bag and just come to box. Especially if you see how the way he show up to arenas, like he just rolled out of bed. So the point I'm trying to make is he don't do no cardio in the show. Martin Bakoli, he may have got the big check, but what kind of damage did this do to him unless he was promised a super big fight next to take this fight with Joseph Parker on short notice? Because Daniel Dubois got hurt. Virgil Ortiz, Israel Madrimov, the most fascinating fight of the night to me. And Virgil Ortiz really proved that he can be that guy. Him and Crawford fought Israel Madrimov in 2 different fights. Crawford fought him in a more of a technical manner, where Virgil Ortiz went out there to put a boot in his ass. Like chasing him around, and then finally started catching up to him to the point where Madrimov finally, because his legs was going after all the body shots, was falling all over the place and had to fight Virgil Ortiz in the middle of the ring. So this, for me, was Virgil Ortiz's rites of passage, because I rate Israel Madrimov high off of being a technician, and for him to beat Israel Madrimov, I'm like, look, I'm sold. This guy's special. So overall, I'm rating the card at A. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360.